I am Daniel Hughes, and welcome to Book 101. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She's the author of Society versus You. Play the game your way. No other than Miss Sunny T. Connor.
Thank you so much for having me, Daniel.
Yes, and welcome to Book 101, Miss Sunny. And can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Sunny T. Connor. I am the author of many books. I love writing more than I love breathing. uh, I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland, but I now reside in sunny California, San Diego, and I'm super excited to be here with you.
Yes, indeed. So, Miss Sunny, what age did you realize that you're good in writing?
I've been writing since I was a very little girl. I've been obsessed with words. I've enjoyed reading books and I've always wrote little short stories at the lunchroom, stories of a guy chasing a girl and, maybe a squirrel will be talking. So I've always used my imagination in such a intense way from a very young age. I mean, I'm talking like 5 years old.
Interesting. So, who encouraged you to pursue your writing?
My first book, which is called Damaged Little Girl, is what actually made me jump over the broom and get to it because I really had a story to tell, and I felt that the only way that I can release a lot of things that had happened was to just get it out. And so that introduced me to writing. But there are so many amazing authors that inspired me along the way. But it was really my own story that pushed me to go ahead and push the button to get started.
Who are your favorite authors that influence you the most?
I really love Wayne Dyer. I believe I've read every book that he's ever written. So he's really inspired me. I've read multiple genres, Stephen King and all kinds of authors. But if I had to say my favorite, it would have to be Wayne Dyer. And more recently, I really like Eckhart Tolle as well. That really resonates with me.
If you describe your favorite author's style of writings, what is it?
Yeah, I think every author has their own style of writing, but my favorite genre would probably be self-help, spirituality. That would kind of be my favorite genre right now.
Okay. So, do you have specific author for that genre?
Specific author for the self-help genre.
Yes.
It's so many. Um, I don't want to keep naming the same author, but I do love Abraham and Esther Hicks. So I would say Abraham and Esther Hicks would be my favorite authors for that genre right now.
So, if you describe Abraham writing, what is it?
It's a writing where you're kind of tuning in and letting the words just flow. It's a writing that you don't think much, but you actually just write the thoughts that come to your mind and they just happen to beautifully flow. It's an amazing writing process. And it's actually a process that I've used to write now in my current writing years, I would say. I use more of a flow. I'm not as strategic and as organized as I was when I first started.
So, what are your short term and long term goals in writing?
Well, my short-term goals is to reach as many people as possible, to reach as many people as possible to get the message out because it really helped me and I really think it will help others. And my long-term goal is to be writing so long that my fingers are about to pop off.
Oh.
I want to be an old lady with arthritis sitting in the woods with my laptop still typing away, telling some story, some fantasy or some self-help book. It would be so amazing. So, yeah, I want to write forever.
So, what will be your next project to write?
I'm already writing a new project and it's absolutely amazing. It's so aligned with the way that the world is going right now, and I think it'll really resonate with a lot of people.
Okay, so what specific genre?
It's still going to be this going to be self-help. I'll probably be in the self-help genre for quite a while before I go back to suspense or something like that.
Okay, sounds interesting, Miss Sunny. But before we go on, I want to shout out to the people listening in the United States, especially in the state of Maryland, where you came from.
Yes.
I already shout out to the people listening in California. I have 114 places in California, so it's time to shout out to the people listening in Maryland. In Bethesda, I got 29% audience share. Baltimore at 25. Laurel at 11%. Germantown at 4%. Silver Spring at 4%. Parkville at 3%. Aber Marlboro at 3%. Annapolis, Jim Oak, Greenbelt, Temple Hills, Reisterstown, if I'm not mistaken, and a lot more people. I got 30 places in Maryland listening to my podcast. And thank you so much, Maryland, for supporting this podcast because this podcast is created to empower writers all over the world, like Miss Sunny T. Connor. So, Miss Sunny, Society versus You, play the game your way. How did you craft it?
Society versus You. It's a book. I was actually in a dark place at the time I started writing it. And I was wondering, what is wrong? What is really wrong with you? And it just came to me, you're living your life the way that society says you have to. You know, you're going to the 9 to 5 job, you're trying to be the perfect mother. And so I was really living life the way that society had enforced on me. And I said, what if I stop following the rules? Like, how amazing could my life be if I just stopped following the rules? If I just woke up every day, did what I wanted to do, live in my own vibration, figure this whole game of life out by myself, and just tap into something higher than me, you know? And I did it. I quit my 9 to 5 job. I started writing this book. It didn't come the years later because of the pandemic and all of these other things. But it was so amazing to choose me over the version society had enforced on me, to really live this experience, be and to be who I am. And I wanted to share that with other people. I wanted people to know that you have options. You have choices. You are vibrating and you can vibrate to a frequency that you are designing. You are creating your experience. And so it's been such a fun journey, and the love and respect that I've gotten from my readers, even though I switched genres, they came over with me. And that was just so much love. And it's been such a beautiful journey.
Indeed, Miss Sunny, the Society versus You, play the game your way. What behind the title of your self-help book?
So the title "Play the Game Your Way" is coming from the subtitle "Play the Game Your Way" is coming from the fact that we're in a game, we're in an illusion and we take it way too serious. I've been that myself, we take the game so serious, but the logic of the book is that we're on a game board and you get to make another move. You can't do life wrong, you know? You can go forward, but you can't go backwards on the game board. So anything in your past that you feel is holding you back, every time you take your mind there, you are keeping yourself in that type of vibration and type of that past experience. But on the game board, the game of life, you move forward. You roll the dice, you get a new turn, you move forward, you move forward, you move forward. And I wanted people to really kind of get that analogy in their head so that they could say, okay, I made a mistake. I have 1,000 more to make. I'm here having an experience in a human body, and it's okay. You can make that mistake. You get another chance to roll the dice, play the game again.
Yes. Interesting, Miss Sunny. So, society versus you. What is your struggles in writing with?
My struggles in writing is trying to edit. uh, to try to be a writer and an editor, because I'll read a chapter after I've written it. I'll go back and read it, like, and then I find myself trying to fix mistakes, put commas here, change this, change that, and sometimes I can lose my original voice. And so I've been writing so long that I've learned to let it flow. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And so what I wrote in that day that I was in such good energy and I was writing, that's what I meant. That's what I wanted to say. I'm not going to be afraid, because sometimes I'll be writing and then I'll go back and I'll say, maybe that will be offensive. Maybe some people won't like this, maybe that. But I can't live my life that way. I'm a writer. I'm creative. And it's going to be some people who don't relate to it, and that's okay. And it's going to be some people that the book will change their life, which it have. And that's even more okay, right? And so
Yes.
that's something I really struggled with. Over editing, and I do have an editor. His name is William Hunt. He's amazing. But I'm speaking of me as a writer, just over editing before it even goes to the editor is something I've really struggled with during my writing career.
So, according to Finn, universal concepts.
Yeah, so some of the universal concepts is I shared the universe. We are on a planet. We are, in the universe. And I share some of those laws that people could kind of live their experience and be aware of, that there are laws here. Not just the laws that we accept with no problem, like the law of gravity. You wouldn't catch the elevator to the top floor of a building and jump off and think that gravity's going to stop for you. Yeah, if you jump, you're going to go splat straight to the ground, right? And
Yes.
so we follow those laws, but we don't follow the law of attraction. We don't follow the laws of vibration, the law of, giving. Like, there's other laws that apply in this universe, and nature follow these laws as well. Nature is constantly changing. A tree will grow leaves, the leaves will fall off, the earth will eat the leaves, and then the tree will grow more leaves around the next season. And so everything else is flowing with the flow of the universe, except us. A lot of times, we think, because that think that we have a brain, that we should not flow with the energy that's here. So a lot of those concepts that I share are, laws of the universe, and how applying them to your day-to-day life can actually make you perceive life from a totally different viewpoint.
Indeed, Miss Sunny. And according to BJW Review, the game of life. So, how would you explain this?
How would I explain the game of life?
Yes.
The first thing that I would say is, you gotta recognize we're playing. Some people are miserable. They're angry. They like to blame others. They fall into being a victim. And I talk about that in different chapters in the book. But you're playing. Make the best move for you in that moment. Acknowledge this is a game, and every game has an ending, and it happens for us as humans as well. This experience will be over, and we've come to think that dying is such a horrific thing. And I understand we love our loved ones and we will miss them, and I've dealt with a lot of death in my life, so I get why people feel that way. But it's a rebirth and back to where we originated from, and we were never supposed to be here forever. I don't even think your soul will want to be here forever. I think your soul will be so exhausted with all the complaining and this and what's going on. I
Yes.
think we come here, we play. We're supposed to come here, play, have a little fun, learn a little bit, evolve our souls, enjoy the experience. Like, how many days do you wake up and you say, I'm in the experience? You look at the clouds and you look at all the people on the highway driving to their destination, and you just have to humble yourself and now moment and say, I'm in the experience. And I think people think this is really, really real. Like, this is the end all. This is it. My bills is the biggest problem in the world. And it's like, oh no. Have fun with it. If you get a bill that come in the mail and it's expensive and you don't have the money in your account at the moment, look at the bill and say, oh, I'm playing a game. Who's going to pay this bill? Where is this money going to come from? Oh, universe. Oh, I'm so excited about this bill. How you perceive reality that helps you create the reality that you want.
Yes, people, that's the cycle of life. And according to Theresa W, some solid insights. What are the solid insights that you shared in the book? And can you give us example?
Yes. So some insights is to always know that you have a choice. To always know that you have a choice. And that whatever you choose, it's okay. It's okay to screw up. It's okay to choose the wrong choice. You literally get another one a couple seconds later, you know? And that's like a tool that I really want people to take away from the book, that it's okay. Either way it go, however it go, it's all okay.
Yes. And according to Cloudy, fun and empowering. Wow, I love this. Miss Sunny, how would you empower the people reading your book?
I want people to see themselves in me. I want them to hear me, to listen to the words, to read the book. I want them to see themselves in me because I come from poverty and I come from a background that this wasn't supposed to be my life if you're going to look at statistics. And so I want people to see the impossible in themselves, and that's where I think the empowerment comes from, because the entire book, you feel good. I mean, when you finish reading it, you feel great. You feel like I can take over the world, you know? And even if every part don't resonate with you, there's going to be so many golden nuggets in each chapter that you still have no choice but to feel good. But I will say that everyone is on their journey in their own time. And if you are new to the self-help world, or if you are old to the self-help world, it could feel different for you depending on where you are in your journey. So if you've been on this journey for a long time, you could read this book and it will remind you of everything you've forgotten. And if you're just starting your journey, the book will be like, wow, you know, this is amazing. So it's all about where you are in your journey of becoming your highest self.
Yes, indeed, Miss Sunny. And according to Michael Burnett, this book will help you to find the courage to change. So, what are the insights that you give to the readers that they will be totally changed?
I think the readers, they really can feel what I'm saying is true. And even though it's not logical, even though it's not the typical advice, it's not what their grandmother may have told them or what social media says or the news station, it's something about my authenticity. It's something about me speaking from a knowing that they feel is true. And the only reason that they feel is true is because they have a higher self as well. You know, they have a spirit that's in a body too. And so when you're reading this kind of material, your higher self says, yes, yes, yes. You know, it's like, yes, that's what we've been trying to tell you. I'm so glad you're aligning with the truth of who you are. And so when you read it, you can feel that. You can feel like, I don't know why I never thought of this, or I don't know why, this feels so good, or I believe her. I kind of believe what she's saying, and I don't know why. And it's because we are each other. I'm you, you're her, I'm him. We are all experiencing this life on the same time space reality. So we are experiencing a lot. You can't experience COVID alone. We all have to experience it. And so to understand that, things will resonate with you, real self. Now, your ego may jump in there and say, oh, this is a pile of crap. I'm never going to be able to be what I want to be. She doesn't know my story. And you have those naysayers as well, but they still all read it to the end. It's so amazing.
Yes.
You don't believe what I'm saying, but something made you keep reading. And I think that something is your higher self saying, you're getting there, you're getting there.
Yes, indeed, and very well said, Miss Sunny. But before we go on, I'm inviting you to listen to my other podcast, Food 101, our third season with Chef Alessandro, one of the best executive chef in one of the best restaurant in downtown Toronto. And please do listen to our latest episode. We talk about Grissini people, one of, let's say, trademark of Italian cuisine, and our upcoming episode, we're gonna talk about lasagna, people. Lasagna. Plus, one more. Our books are out from volume 1 to volume 7. Food 101, volume 1 basics, volume 2 is essential until 7 peoples. It's all about our 100 episodes of our first season, and it will help you to create a delicious food. So grab your copy, available on Amazon and leading online bookstores worldwide. So, Miss Sunny, Society versus You, play the game your way. What is the best highlight?
Ooh, the best highlights. I would say it would be the chapter Fear is an Illusion.
And why is that?
Fear is an illusion because every time you step into fear, you step into the unknown, and you're actually stepping into your power. And it's the reason why if you never do anything scary, you'll find yourself stagnant. You'll find yourself in the same job, making the same money, living the same experience over and over again, waking up, cut the alarm off, drive to work. It's the fear of change. It's the fear of the unknown. And that is where your power is. And every time you face it, you evolve. You change. You become a higher version of yourself. You prove to yourself that you're worthy. You prove to yourself that you can do anything, everything. And so fear is the biggest illusion. It's built into the game board. It's like every real game that you play, Monopoly, sorry, Trouble, even Operation. I don't know if you remember that game where you
Yes.
pretend you're the doctor, right? There's a little
Mm.
bit of fear, it's a buzzing sound if you drop the heart when you're trying to operate. And it's a little bit of fear in Monopoly. If you land on someone's property, oh my God, am I going to go bankrupt? And those fears are built in those games to make it fun, to make it adventure. And it's built into the game of life for the same exact reason. It is to push you. It's to push you to do the things you really want to do. And once you face the fear and conquer the fear, you get stronger, you get powerful, you get become unlimited. There's nothing you can't do. And so fear is an illusion is something that if I can give in the listeners something to take away, that would be like my biggest point that I would want them to go on with their day-to-day life. Face the fear, embrace it, love it.
Yes. And control it. so, so society versus you play the game your way. Do you have another option of the title of your book?
There is a Spanish version. The Spanish version is La Sociedad versus Tú. And that's also available on all platforms as well. The audio book out at the end of September, and that will be on Audible.
If you go back and revise the book itself, society versus you, which part of the book you want to revise?
Mm, I think I've done quite a lot of revisions. Um,
So
I
you're
don't.
satisfied. You're
It.
satisfied with it.
I really am. I really am. I didn't rush. I didn't rush this one. I have in the past. I have like tried to meet deadlines, but this one, I really flowed. I really sat back and I let the book sit there for a few weeks before I picked it up again and read it again, and I'm really really happy with it. It's my best work to this day, and I couldn't be more pleased with what I put out.
So if we talk about highlights, what do you think the flaws of society versus you?
The flaws,
Yes.
maybe the title. The title could be considered flawed, because there could be people that would say, um, we should be following society rules. It's what make us a society. And that's what keep everything in order. And so I think the title in itself could be flawed depending on who is looking at the book and what it is they're looking to get out of it. But that probably would be it. That probably would be it. And the book had like 7 different titles, by the way.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah, yeah. It was hard to title it. It for the longest time, for 4 years it had one name. And then I decided that that name wasn't gonna work for the amount of people that I wanted to reach. So yeah.
Which chapter do you love the most?
I'm gonna go with chapter 13, and that chapter is called The Game.
And why is that?
I feel like it sums the whole book up, and I feel like what you needed from the book, you'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get it from multiple chapters. But chapter 13 will be that little fuzzy feeling in the inside, like I feel good. You know, you'll end the book with I feel good.
Okay, that'd be awesome. And thank you, listen notes, for my latest scores of listening scores of 25. Thank you so much. With the 10% popular show globally. Thank you, listen notes. So, Miss Sunny, can you please invite our listeners to buy all your books?
Thank you so much, Daniel. You are simply amazing. Yes, anyone can find my books. They are on Apple iBooks, Google Books, Amazon, Kindle, BarnesandNoble.com. You could just Google my name, Sunny T. Connor. That's Sunny with an I. Or you definitely can just put in Society versus You, and a lot of different platforms where you can purchase the book from will come up. If you want to get it directly where you can get a signed copy, you could just go to societyversusyou.com and you out a signed version of the book if you like. And yes, you can find it everywhere. It's pretty out there.
Yes, let's support Miss Sunny because if you support her, more books to come. So, Miss Sunny, are you independent or traditional publishing?
I am independent. I do publish my books under my company, Naturally Sunny, and yeah, I decided to go that route.
What are the pros and cons of being indie author?
Some cons are you have to market yourself, you have to figure it out. But if you do it right, if you follow the standards of what traditional publishers are doing, which is just to make sure that you have a great editor, make sure you have a catchy book cover, that your artwork is professional, that your book is formatted properly, then you give yourself a really good chance. You give yourself a really good chance. And you just have to know that you're going to have to put in the work. And so it's not, maybe it's not the path of least resistance, but it's a lot of traditional publishing that don't help you market, they help you get in all the bookstores, but they don't help you market. So you're still paying for all your own book tours and author signings and everything. And so, with that being said, I decided to go my own route. And I don't regret it one bit. I have full control. I have been on quite a few book tours that were very successful. And so, I've kind of figured out how to do it on my own.
Yes, so they think in the future you will be a traditional publishing.
In the future, if the opportunity presented itself in such a way, I have been offered deals from traditional publishers. Um, but I think if the opportunity presented itself in a fair manner, that my work would be publicized the way that I want it to be. uh, yes, I think I would definitely. And I have no problem with traditional publishers. I think they are amazing. And by all means, anyone who's starting out writing or, they're ready to put their work out there, do what's best for you. Definitely look at the options. And either way you go, you just have to know that that's the choice you made, and either way is good, if that's what you want.
Yes, indeed, Miss Sunny. So, what are your advice for those aspiring writers out there to want to publish their books or novel?
If you love writing, write. Write. Write in the
Yes.
morning, write on your lunch break at work, write when you finish all your chores at home. Take an hour on the weekend to go to the library to write. If you love to write, write. Write. Take your time. Don't be in a rush. Put your to the public. Make sure that you're actually enjoying the craft of writing. Don't write so fast just to hurry up and get it out there to post it on social media. Hey, I got a new book out. No, enjoy the skill. And I mean, pretend you are a painter, enjoy the whole process of painting your portrait. And that's what a writer should be doing. And if you are an aspiring writer, I look forward to seeing your work out there one day. Don't give up. It's a rough game. It's a tough game, but remember, we're playing a game. So don't take it too serious, Don't let the industry scare you. Write no matter what.
Yes, people, we encourage you to write. Probably you are one of the best in the making. So, Miss Sunny, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me and sharing your platform with me. And I am so grateful to be in your presence tonight.
Bodycon people, see you soon.